Hi, this is our lesson 7 synopsis for the terror barrier. And the terror barrier, as Bob explained it, has 4 stages. And the 4 stages are bondage, reasoning, the terror barrier itself, and then freedom. And so, what is taking place with this? We have an X type energy. We have X type thinking, X type behavior, X type results, and a person will usually sit there and stay in that same, just like the paradigm, will stay there in that spot. And so, in order to break this, we choose a C type goal, which takes us outside of the comfort zone. Um, when we start consciously thinking about that, that really doesn't do much until we start to get emotionally involved with it. We start reasoning it. And as that reasoning starts to take place, we then um, starts to affect our behavior. Once it starts to affect and fill our being, those emotions that we get start to fill our being. That basically puts us into a chaotic state. That is where the terror barrier comes, because that's where the action and the action stuff. And if you don't know how this works, what happens is at this point, it usually sends a majority of people right back. We all experience terror barriers when we do anything outside of our comfort zone, um, where you start a new job or you're jumping out of an airplane or anything like that, something that you've never done, and it becomes a new thing outside of that zone. Sometimes I explain it as a barrier. What's terror barrier? Almost like a dog on a chain. And once it gets out, it wants to go out there, but it's before that it doesn't know what's out there, and that's how that kind of works. So, um, but once we understand how these processes work, it allows us to use understanding to go through that and break through the terror barrier onto freedom. And once we're in freedom, we've not only have we learned that big experience of how those things work and how to surpass that, we are again at a stage X. That becomes our new X. And then we pick another goal outside of that area. And as I'm explaining, as Bob was explaining, um, we reason with it. And once it fills our being, that terror barrier is really weird saying, all right, terror barrier in our being is what's controlling our action. That's where the real fight is happening, because until it really gets in our subconscious mind, we don't move out and act on it. And so, knowing what's taking place, understanding what's taking place, understanding the stages of how this works is what allows us to break through and break free through the other side to the freedom. And hopefully that explains it well enough. Thank you.